Welcome back to The Art of Strategic Resistance, the audiobook narrated by author me, Kelly Charles Collins. So today we're going to be going through the Ode to Our Ancestors and the philosophy of the art of strategic resistance. So if you have your book, get it out. Let's go and start on page 5. If you don't have your book yet, I'm going to encourage you to go to Amazon and get your copy, The Art of Strategic Resistance. I promise you, with everything that's going on right now, this book is going to serve you well. All right, so let's get started with our ode to our ancestors. I often hear people say, we are our ancestors' wildest dreams. I've also seen the statement, we're about to see if we are built like our ancestors. My response, we are absolutely built like our ancestors. This mantra is both the rallying cry for this book and movement and the foundation on which we stand. Within each of us lies the strength of those who came before, those who endured, fought, and rose above unimaginable hardships. Our ancestors didn't just survive, they were warriors in the battle for dignity, freedom, and future generations. They were built on resilience, fortified by faith, and driven by an unwavering belief that life could be different, that a future of freedom was worth the fight. We stand here today as living proof of their vision. They didn't merely endure, they thrived, they created, they resisted, and they did so with an unbreakable spirit and foresight that transcends time. Built like our ancestors is more than a rallying cry. It's a reminder that their power courses through us, their blood runs within us, and their resilience is ours to wield. In the face of suffering and injustice, our ancestors found ways to create beauty, nurture joy, build communities, raise families, and dream of a future they might never see. They moved with intention and purpose, refusing to let oppression extinguish their light. They transformed every space they entered, turning pain into power and loss into legacy. This wasn't accidental, it was deliberate. And that same deliberate choice lies in us today. To be built like our ancestors is to honor their memory, to recognize the battles they fought, and to continue their work with the same fire and faith. They taught us what it means to be unbreakable, compassionate, and fierce defenders of dignity and dreams. Their legacy is not just history. It is our compass guiding us forward. It's the heartbeat calling us to act, to speak, to resist. Though we don't face the exact same challenges, the essence of the fight remains. The world has evolved, but oppression adapts and injustice lingers, testing our strength and resolve just as it tested theirs. Yet here we are, carrying their legacy forward, knowing that in every challenge and battle, we possess the spirit that overcame far worse. We're not here to simply survive. We are here to thrive, to build, to create a world that honors our voices, our values, and our ancestors. To be built like our ancestors is to stand firm even when the ground shifts beneath our feet. It means holding tight to our vision even when others try to obscure it. It means wielding our strength with compassion, speaking with purpose, and leading with love, courage, and a vision that reaches far beyond ourselves. This tactical guide is my offering to the future, a way to continue what our ancestors began, to leave our mark, and to ensure that those who come after us will find the path a little clearer, the weight a little lighter, and the resistance a little stronger. It is for the daughters and sons of warriors, builders, and dreamers. It's for those who understand that our strength doesn't come from easy paths, but from those who carve them out with bare hands, who refuse to yield even in the darkest hours. When we say we are built like our ancestors, we are claiming a legacy of power that didn't just survive, it thrived, creating art, culture, communities, and families. It's time to carry that power forward into our own battles, for our own futures. We are the descendants of those who didn't yield, and we will not yield either. Let it be known, we are here, we're not going anywhere, and we are built like our ancestors. The Philosophy of Strategic Resistance, a tactical guide for high-stakes times. Rooted in strategy, but born from a clarion call to every Black woman who's tired of being told to sit down, quiet down, or stand aside. This is your tactical guide, crafted to fortify you for every moment when the battle comes to you and to prepare you to take the fight wherever it needs to go. This is the beginning of a movement, a legacy, a collective force built to endure. Emotions as power, honoring, harnessing, and strategizing. In the heat of resistance, we honor our emotions, their fire, their wisdom, their truth. For generations, we've been told to set emotions aside to make ourselves acceptable, to stay small. But that's not our way. This plan respects the full spectrum of what we feel: anger, frustration, exhaustion, hope, joy, and shows that these emotions aren't here to hold us back. They're fuel, propelling us forward with purpose. Yet strategic resistance requires more than just feeling. It demands that we challenge those emotions, using them to sharpen our strategies and direct our actions. Here, we move beyond reacting and into responding, staying intentional with every step. This is your tactical guide to navigate each emotion from righteous anger to unbreakable hope and turn it into action that aligns with the outcomes you seek. Resistance as offense and defense, a dual approach to power. We're conditioned to think of resistance as defense, as if it's something we do when we're under attack, forced to protect what's already ours. This tactical guide equips you to protect what's yours. Yes, but it also empowers you to take the offensive when the moment demands. Strategic resistance isn't passive. It's about taking the fight exactly where it needs to go, advancing with intention, seizing the opportunities before us, and asserting our right to claim what's ours. Offensive resistance is about stepping into your full power. It's about asserting your rights without waiting for permission, advancing with purpose, and making the moves that matter. But this tactical guide is not about recklessness. It's about being ready. It prepares you to hold your ground and take the lead, not because you need validation, but because you're built for this. Preparedness as power. Preparation is key. Too often, we charge into battles unprepared, driven by emotions, but lacking a plan. This tactical guide offers the clarity to pause, prepare, and move forward with purpose. Whether the challenge is one you anticipated or one that caught you off guard, this guide provides a structural approach rooted in your values, reinforced by strategy, and adaptable to changing circumstances. Strategic resistance isn't about recklessness. It's about readiness. This tactical guide serves as your anchor, helping you to stay composed when the stakes are high, designed to support you at every step. It's a blueprint you can evaluate, refine, and rely on. With this guide, you'll be empowered to protect your space and push boundaries intentionally and strategically, staying true to your values and purpose. Preparedness provides the foundation, but power is amplified when paired with clarity about who you are and how you engage with the world. It's not enough to have a plan. You need a guiding framework that aligns with your actions with your purpose. This is where the V-Suite comes in, a dynamic compass to ground your strategy and propel your resistance. The V-Suite: vision, voice, visibility, and value. Strategic resistance starts with a solid foundation, a clear understanding of who you are, what you stand for, and how you choose to engage with the world. At the core of this tactical guide is the V Suite, four interconnected pillars designed to empower you to lead with purpose, navigate pivotal moments, and build a legacy that lasts. The pillars, vision, voice, visibility, and value, serve as the cornerstone of your leadership and resistance. Together, they provide a framework to reclaim your power, amplify your presence, and align your actions with your deepest purpose. Vision, the clarity to see beyond the immediate. Vision is about understanding where you're going and why. It's the ability to cut through the noise and distractions, focusing on what truly matters. Vision allows you to chart a course that stays true to your values and aligns with your goals. Ask yourself, what am I working toward? How does this align with my broader purpose? Voice, the courage to speak your truth. Your voice is your superpower. It's the tool you use to advocate for yourself and others, confront injustice, and inspire meaningful change. When you speak with clarity and conviction, your message resonates deeply and has the potential to shape outcomes. Ask yourself, what needs to be said? How can I use my voice to create impact? Visibility, the intentional choice to show up. Visibility is about choosing to step forward and claim your space. It's the courage to stand tall in environments where you may have been overlooked or underestimated, ensuring your contributions are acknowledged and your presence is undeniable. Ask yourself, how can I show up fully and authentically? What space is mine to claim? Value, the unshakable understanding of your worth. Value is the cornerstone of it all, a profound belief in your worth and a commitment to ensuring it is honored. It's understanding that you belong everywhere you are, but you don't belong everywhere. It's recognizing that your contributions matter and that you are deserving of respect and recognition. Ask yourself, am I honoring my own value? How do I ensure others do the same? A framework for action. The V Suite is more than a philosophy, it's a call to action. Each strategy in this tactical guide is designed to strengthen your vision, amplify your voice, increase your visibility, and reinforce your value. Whether you're standing firm in the face of adversity, rallying allies to a cause, or holding others accountable, these pillars ensure that every step you take is intentional and aligned. When you lead from your V Suite, you are unstoppable. You become a force of nature, unyielding, unapologetic, and ready to navigate any challenge with confidence and clarity. These four pillars are not just tools, they're a way of life. They guide you to lead, resist, and rise with purpose. Your V Suite in action. Think of the V Suite as your compass. Let it inspire you to dream boldly, speak truthfully, show up fearlessly, and demand your due. When you align your vision, voice, visibility, and value, there's nothing you cannot achieve. As you explore the strategies in this tactical guide, reflect on how each one connects to the V Suite. Where does it strengthen your vision, amplify your voice, enhance your visibility, or affirm your value? By intentionally applying these pillars, you can tailor your battle plan to meet your goals and fortify your leadership in every moment. This is how we lead. This is how we resist. This is how we win. For Black women, by a Black woman. To my sisters, this tactical guide was written with you in mind. I know the sting of being doubted, dismissed, and diminished, and I know the triumph of rising anyway. Every word in this guide is here to remind you that your voice holds power, your presence radiates strength, and your resistance is essential. This is more than a collection of strategies, it's a path forward. rooted in resilience and designed to honor the warrior within. Together, we will face high stakes moments with courage, conviction, and clarity, not because it's easy, but because it's our right. Leading from the front, our call to lead. Black women have always led from the shadows, from the sidelines, and when the moment demanded it, from the front. Leadership isn't defined by titles or roles. It's about how we show up, how we move, and how we inspire others to rise with us. Today, more than ever, Black women leading from the front isn't just important, it's essential. Whether you're managing a team, running a business, raising a family, or simply navigating the world with your head held high, you are a leader. You set the tone, you influence outcomes, you create legacies. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. The world may not always give us the recognition we deserve, but leadership is about action, not accolades. In this moment, Black women are called to lead with courage, vision, and unshakable determination. We must claim our power to shape decisions, challenge injustices, and create spaces that honor our value and amplify our voices. We are not waiting for permission to lead. We are taking the reins. The stakes are too high to stand back, and we were never built for the sidelines. Leadership means forging paths where none exist. It means speaking out when others stay silent. It's about building community, fostering change, and ensuring the next generation has more opportunities than we ever imagined. Whether in boardrooms, classrooms, or living rooms, we lead because we must. We lead because we can. As you reflect on this, ask yourself, where can I lead from the front in my life? How will I answer the call? Leadership isn't about perfection, it's about purpose and power. And leading with purpose and power is what Black women do best. We are built like our ancestors, leaders in every sense of the word. The question isn't whether we're ready to lead. The question is, where will we lead next? Individual and collective power, the strength in both. In every fight, there's strength in standing alone and power in standing together. The art of strategic resistance honors both, recognizing that each path carries its own purpose and potency. This tactical guide is about knowing when to stand independently and when to strategically align with others. It's about joining forces or gathering in numbers with intention. We understand that for some, the idea of joining a collective can feel uncertain, especially in a world where trust and integrity are precious and at times rare. That trepidation is valid, and discernment is a critical part of this journey. The fear of aligning with the wrong people or compromising your values is real, and it's wise to heed that instinct. True collective power doesn't come from joining every movement or following every voice. It comes from aligning with purpose, choosing connections that uplift and empower. This guide encourages you to ask yourself, do these alliances resonate with my goals? Do they strengthen my resolve? Do they respect my boundaries and align with my morals and values? By cultivating discernment, you're not closing yourself off to others. You're ensuring that when you stand together, you're truly standing in power. Individual power is not diminished by collective strength. In fact, some of the strongest acts of resistance come from solitary decisions, saying no, walking away, or challenging injustice. These quiet yet profound choices shape our lives and demonstrate the power of conviction. This guide equips every woman to fight her own battles, knowing her individual courage forms a foundation others can lean on, even when her fight goes unseen. Yet, as powerful as our individual choices are, there is a force that only grows when we come together. Collective power multiplies our voices and amplifies our impact. When we align with those who share our values and vision, we become unstoppable. This tactical guide celebrates both the strength of unity and the power of discernment. It's a reminder that no one fights alone. Each act of individual courage strengthens the whole, and each collective stand fuels our individual resolve. This is resistance that respects both the singular and the collective, rooted in strategy, guided by purpose, and elevated by intentionality. The power of collabosourcing, strength and unity. In times like these, our strength lies both in what we can achieve individually and what we can build together. For too long, we've been conditioned to see each other as competition instead of allies. We've been told there's only so much space at the table and that if one of us wins, another must lose. That lie has robbed us of the transformative power of collaboration. But now, more than ever, we must reject that mindset. This is not a moment to compete. This is a moment to collabosource. Collabosourcing is about leveraging our collective expertise, resources, and relationships to elevate our businesses, brands, and badassery, not to tear each other down, but to lift each other up. It's about understanding that no single table, no single leader, no single perspective holds all the answers. It's about bringing your table to mine, combining strengths, and creating something far greater than either of us could build alone. It's about asking, what unique strengths do I bring to the table that can uplift others? Where can I grow by learning from someone else's expertise? How can I lead boldly in my areas of strength while following humbly where I need guidance? Collabosourcing reminds us that leadership isn't always about standing in front. Sometimes it's about standing beside or even behind. It's about supporting the person who's leading today while preparing the next leader to step forward tomorrow. This is the moment for us to unite as a collective, to collaborate, create, disrupt, and dismantle. It's a call to lean on one another, learn from one another, and leverage each other's brilliance to spark the kind of change that endures for generations. The truth is, no one navigates high stakes moments alone. We need each other. We need to shift our mindset from seeing each other as competition to recognizing each other as collaborators. Together, we must embrace the reality that our shared purpose is far more powerful than any individual agenda. Our motto is simple: we don't compete, we collabosource. When we embrace this mindset, we not only lead from the front, but we also clear the path for those who follow to lead with even greater power and purpose. Building a legacy through collaboration. When we choose to collabosource, we're doing more than supporting each other in the present. We're building a legacy of unity, resilience, and power for generations to come. Every time we share knowledge, amplify each other's voices, or create something together, we shift the narrative for Black women and girls everywhere. This isn't just about overcoming today's challenges, it's about shaping tomorrow. The tables we build now will be the ones our daughters, nieces, mentees, and sisters stand at. And they'll know how to lead and collaborate because they've seen us do it first. Collabosourcing is an act of resistance. It's a declaration that we will not be divided, diminished, or dismissed. It lays the foundation for a future where every voice, every contribution, and every hand lifted in support drives the movement for lasting change. This is how we win together. Movement over moment, the art of strategic resistance. The art of strategic resistance is not a reaction to a single event. It is a long-term commitment, a movement grounded in resilience, awareness, and collective strength. While moments may ignite action, a true movement sustains it. Too often, we've witnessed brief flashes of unity, bursts of rage, and calls to action that fade before they can create lasting change. This tactical guide was designed to break that cycle. This is about more than immediate results. It's about the slow, steady work of transformation, one decision at a time, one voice at a time, one sister at a time. This movement isn't here to capture the urgency of a single season or react to a specific moment. We're not rising only when it's trending. We're building a foundation that withstands every twist, every challenge, every triumph, and every setback. Strategic resistance acknowledges that while some moments demand immediate action, true change is forged in sustained effort. This guide is a blueprint, not just for high stakes times, but for all the times in between. Here, we don't just speak to respond, we prepare to endure. We act knowing that others will join, that those who resist injustice and fight to be heard are part of a movement far bigger than any one individual. The art of strategic resistance is about momentum, not just action. It's the beginning of something enduring, something each of us will shape, carry, and pass on, transforming not only ourselves, but the world we leave behind. Our rallying cry, built like our ancestors. This movement isn't a passing trend or a fleeting moment. The art of strategic resistance is rooted in a legacy that has withstood the test of time. When we declare built like our ancestors, we invoke a history of resilience, fierce determination, and unwavering courage in the face of oppression. Our ancestors didn't endure, create, and thrive because it was easy. They did it because they had no other choice. They laid the foundation of resistance upon which we now stand, gifting us the strength to continue the fight as both protectors and warriors in our own lives. But this is more than a tribute to our history. It's a rallying cry for today's resistance. When you affirm that you're built like our ancestors, you are claiming the indomitable power within you, the part that refuses to yield, that adapts, survives, and most importantly, rises. It's a declaration of deep respect for those who came before us and a commitment to those who will come after. We are choosing to embody their resilience, ingenuity, and courage, not just through words, but through deliberate action. This rallying cry also serves as a call to share and amplify our collective strength. Taking up this mantle isn't just about personal empowerment, it's about building and fortifying the power of our community. Resistance, when shared, transforms from an individual effort into an unstoppable force. Let Built Like Our Ancestors guide your steps, shape your strategies, and deepen your commitment to this fight. Let it be the anthem that connects you to your roots and unites us all in a shared purpose, a rallying war cry for freedom, agency, and resilience. This isn't just a message to hold close. It's one to spread far and wide. Share this tactical guide. Pass it along to those who need it. Every copy shared, every conversation sparked, and every community engaged becomes an act of resistance in itself. To bring these strategies to life, you can pair this guide with the Art of Strategic Resistance Battle Planner, which is available on Amazon. It's designed to help you create and track your personalized battle plan. The battle planner is your companion for turning insight into action, ensuring that you achieve success every step of the way. Together, we are creating a movement built on legacy, strength, and an unwavering commitment to never back down. This is the beginning of a new chapter in our collective power, a testament to both the strength of those who came before us and the choices we make to honor them today. The outcome: empowerment, freedom, and self-defined victory. The vision for this tactical guide isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. For some, the goal is empowerment. For others, it's freedom, inner peace, or reclaiming agency over their lives. Each of us carries a unique vision of victory, and this guide honors that individuality. Your path, your vision, and your outcomes are yours to define. In every moment, this tactical guide helps you to set your intentions and align your objectives, allowing you to make decisions from a place of clarity, not fear. Your victory doesn't need to mirror anyone else's. It's defined by what matters most to you. As you move through these strategies, you'll learn to ground your actions in clear intentions. Ask yourself, what am I fighting for? What's my purpose? What emotion is driving me? By answering these questions, you'll not only clarify your objectives, but also identify the strategies best suited to create your vision of success. We are built like our ancestors. So, coming up next, so that was Ode to Our Ancestors and the Philosophy of Strategic Resistance. The next section that we will go into on our next video is our preface, A Call to Arms. So, again, make sure that you get your book at Amazon. Go on Amazon, get The Art of Strategic Resistance. We also have the Art of Strategic Resistance Battle Planner. And what that helps you do is to map a 90-day strategic plan for how you want to strategically resist anything, any goal that you have. Maybe there's a challenge that you have, something that you really want to work on. It helps you to map your vision to the strategies in the Art of Strategic Resistance book. And I also want to make mention that you heard a couple of things in this reading, the V Suite, the that started with a keynote that I wrote. So it was called the V Suite, where women own their vision, voice, visibility, and value. And I wanted to bring it into this book because it's really important that we do that, that we own our vision, we own our voice, own our visibility, and own our value. Nobody else can do that for us. Another thing that you heard is the term collabosourcing. That is a term that I coined. It's trademark, it's mine. And I started that. I started thinking about collabosourcing years ago when I had a women's community called Ladies Who Leverage. And I wanted us to rally around something that would help ground us in the idea that we didn't need to compete, that we could collaborate with each other, but couldn't just use collaborate. I needed to use my own word. And so collabosourcing is all about leveraging your expertise, your resources, and your relationships to build your business, your brand, and your badassery. So um, when I wrote the book, I intentionally didn't give any of like my context around it. There were things that I could have explained like this, but I want you to read this book in your own words and in your own life, and have it really resonate with you without my interference. Until now, as I'm telling you and reading the book and giving you some additional context. I'll try to do that where where I feel it's appropriate. But I really wanted to share that with you. So make sure that you go grab your book on Amazon. Make sure that you also grab your battle planner. And then I will see you here again for preface, A Call to Arms. And it starts with, they brought the war to us.